Morning, guys. This is David and Laura from Busy Bee Farms, and we had a request to see a little bit of what kind of work it is that I'm doing. I can't name who it is that I'm doing the work for. I can just tell you that it's a communications company, and what we're doing is today we're putting in a ground bed. For some boxes, and what it is the conduit is buried underground, and they run the fiber optic line inside of that, and the splices inside of the hand holes have to be grounded. So what we're doing is replacing 3 ground rods. They're I believe 8-foot ground rods. We're driving them in with the post driver that we had bought to put up Laura's greenhouse, and they have to be 6 feet apart and then connected with a number 6 grounding wire with Fargos. So we've already done 2, so that way Laura can kind of get an idea of how we're doing it. Since she owns the company, then she needs to know what it is that she's sending me out to do, even though I'm not getting paid. So I gotta get some fuel, so I thought this would be a good opportunity for us to introduce what we're doing this morning, and to just kind of show how the fuel tank's working out for us. So I keep it disconnected off of the battery underneath the hood so that nobody can just come and flip the switch here and pump my fuel out. So I've connected that back, and that's about as simple as it gets right there. Just drive up the side of it and pump it just like you at the gas station.
Super nice.
So this makes it really nice to be able to, like if I didn't have this tank, we would have to load the machine up, go down to the gas station and get fuel, and then come back. So this makes it really nice not to have to be doing that or fooling with 5-gallon buckets. The machine holds 17 gallons, and it was getting down to where the alarm was fixing to go off to tell me. It says feed fuel. It's like feed me. So I figured before we got to track down to the end of the road to do the last ground bed, and I thought I'd just take a moment to show you this. Take a look at the filter right there. The filter's working out great. You can see that it separates the water down to the very bottom, which we don't have any, and it goes through a particulate filter. This is the 3rd tank full of fuel that we put through this pump. It's 75 gallons. So that appears to me that Co-op's doing a really good job of keeping water and trash out of their fuel. The machine's got a little screen inside here, so I can't pump it too awful fast. Alright, I heard it gurgling, so we're getting close. And she's full. And this little black button right here, that is so that when the key's off, you can press it. You hear it buzzing? That tells me how much fuel's in the machine. So that it, while even with the key off, it'll do that to tell you how much fuel's in there. So while you're fueling, it will
display on the.
Well, it doesn't display, but it beeps.
Okay.
And you listen for the audible tone to know when it's full of fuel, so that you don't run it over. But I also found that it gurgles when it gets full right before the fuel comes up to the top. So I just listened to the gurgle.
Gotcha.
So All right, guys, so that was how our fuel tank's working out for us. That's working really good. So we're going to get the stuff loaded up for our last handhole ground bed install. And these handholds were installed by another crew. I done another section over here, and these ground beds were on my work order. So I come and checked, and either they thought about it after the fact, or the other crew forgot to do it, or didn't do it, or whatever the case is, they're not in. So they asked me to do it. So we're going to get loaded up our stuff, and we'll see you at the handhold.
We made it down to the end of this subdivision that's here, and in part of the process he has to also take pictures, so he's going to take some pictures kind of before, during, and after, that kind of thing, for all the billing and stuff that we have to do. So he has done that. I'm going to set y'all up right here. You should be able to see what we're doing. Does that look good?
Yeah.
Okay. So he is going to dig. He needs to go down at least 2 feet, and then it has to be at least 12 feet in length. So he's going to start digging out, and I'm going to pull dirt away from the box that's right here so we can make sure that we can get the wire up under the box when we get down to the bottom.
Alright guys, so that was basically digging the trench to put the ground bed in. This is what I call a hand hole. This is a 24 by 36, and you can see the conduits down there. The 4-inch conduits are for the primary lines to be run from up yonder way. And then you got one coming in, one going out. And the 2 inches are for the houses. So that will be like a television vault, the Middle Tennessee Electric stub out of their electrical vault over here, and then right here is the other one. So it'll be stubbed out like this, and then they got the sewer stubbed out. There's the water for these houses. And if you can see it right behind the silt fence right up there, there's the gas. So they've got the gas run up here in the front, And our marks here, you can see the electrical comes in, and then the electrical goes this way, and the electrical goes this way with dual lines, because there is a sewer pump station, I think it's sewer, down there at the foot of the hill down there. And then they got the fire hydrants and all that kind of stuff, storm drain. So there's lots in the ground. Luckily, with these types of subdivisions, the developer, when they're doing the initial subgrading, they put in all the conduits and everything for these types of subdivisions, and they bury them really deep because they know that everybody's going to be out here digging. So they try to get it to where nobody's going to be digging. If you are digging out here, you're not going to dig down and hit it. One subdivision I done like this, I had to actually dig down to it. They were over 6 feet deep. So get you guys set up, and we're going to put in the grounding rods. So the grounding rod is just a copper coated rod, and we're gonna, as you can see, it's about 8 feet long. I put my first one right against my box. That's one. Then we go 6 feet. And that's driving the 3 rods in. If we didn't have this post driver, we would have to use a manual hand post driver, and that is hard. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this number 6 grounding wire on, and Laura is going to see if I can get this set up here. Laura's going to connect it here.
Do you have those pieces?
You can show them.
So these are the little Fargos that he was talking about, and I'm just going to back out the screw that's in there, and I'm going to stick the copper wire through there just like that, and then I'm going to take this down there to that grounding rod. Oh, I need to get my other ones on there.
So that's just a screw that goes on there that tightens them up against the rod that's been drove in. I always called these a teardrop, but I was educated that that is not a teardrop, that is a Fargo.
Seems like a very strange name.
I know. I don't know. I'm not educated enough to know what it means or why or anything. All I know is that's what he told me the name of it is. So we push it down to the dirt level, and that's just so if anybody's digging around here, maybe they won't. Sorry, honey.
That's okay.
That's where my foot was over here.
Okay.
And then now that it's pushed down, the wire's in there, it's going to basically just clamp that grounding wire to the grounding rod. And what this is for is so if lightning were to hit a pole or hit something and the lightning runs in on the fiber optic cable, that it gives it a way to disperse that voltage without burning up all of their cable and everything. So now what she's going to do is she's going to find out where it needs to be, put a little bit of a bend in it so that we can get it over there. You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
And I gotta say, you're much better looking than my every day of the week ditch guy.
All right.
Helper, whatever you want to call it.
Is that?
That's good. That's good.
Far enough?
Yep. Just crank it down. We had some Fargos. They had like what's called a mega lug on them, and you crank it down until it breaks the head off, and then you've got a second one on there to take it off with if you ever have to back it out. But when I asked for some more because I run out, and they just gave me these. as you can see in this ditch here, we've got a whole variety. Hey, look right there.
What?
In the side of the bank. You see that pin?
Yes, right here?
Yeah. Pull that out. I think that's the pin out of my bucket. That is the pin out of my bucket.
Oh my. Ow.
This new bucket, this 12-inch bucket, the pin's not recessed behind the bucket. It's right on the side. Alright, thank you.
Yep, I'm glad you saw that.
I am too. I was just watching you. If I'd been Daryl, I wouldn't have seen it. So this is my new bucket. I got a 12-inch bucket. I welded me a plate across the bottom to make it a flat bucket so that the teeth are not digging into conduit or fiber optic line or whatever I'm digging. Yeah, that's just not a good design, in my opinion. My other bucket, it come out here and it was protected behind the bucket, but this one, you can see it's right on the edge of the cutting edge. I'm gonna have to think about that and see what I can come up with that's a better solution, a better lock. Okay, so back to our job here. So the last thing we do is, I'm gonna try to set you up here, see if I can get down in the box. Sorry about the bumping and everything. So I need about 6 feet of wire coiled up inside the box, and I left the wires up there.
Easier for you, maybe.
Yeah.
Me. What did I do with the little?
The what? The ratchet?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did I hand it to you?
No. You were using it to dig out my pin just a minute ago.
And then what did I do with it?
It's on the ground. At your foot.
That's why I didn't see it.
Alright, so that should be 6 feet. Alright, so I just cut me off that, and then we're going to,
And on this side, when the postal driver went through, okay.
I'll just pull it underneath the box. I'm gonna drop this camera yet. There we go. Now, so I just pull my slack through. And then right here, Laura's going to connect
Did you do
the.
that? How
Yep.
did you do? Because you did that one the last time.
I just put a bend in it like that,
Okay. See, that's my thing. I gotta think about how the band's gotta go.
and then tighten her down.
Does it need to go down anymore?
Nobody's gonna be digging right here beside the box that
Okay.
close. So it's good.
That's it.
All right, so that is a ground bed or a ground loop, whatever you want to call it. And we're gonna get we're gonna measure everything off because I have to take pictures of everything to get paid. So we're just gonna take those measurements and backfill. Okay. So I take a picture of it, just showing the Fargo, show the tape measure. Come down to show my measurement at the next one, that's at least 6 feet. Then go down to the last one, show that it's at least 12 feet. Okay.
Oh, do we need to roll this up?
Do what?
Need to roll this up?
Yeah.
I was just labeling that we did the ground bed so that when they get down in the box, they'll know where it is and that there's 3 rods down there. So that's what I did. That's what is required of us. And so that is what I have done. He is going to just come back and backfill. He's just going to be backfilling all of this, and then our job will be done here today. It's nice to get to come out with David and see exactly what he's doing and how he's working and things out here. I see all the paperwork and I handle all of that information and stuff at home. So I hear of all these places and all these things that he does, but I never actually know what he's doing. I have helped him. This is now my 3rd job that I have come out to help him with, and all 3 times I've done something a little bit different, and so I am learning, and it's actually kind of fun. I enjoy being out here working with David and learning what our business is all about, and I'm glad that we are able to share just a little bit of it with you guys, so that you kind of know what we're doing. And I would say that the Lord is being really good to us with our business, and we are learning and growing and doing a lot. So he is definitely blessing us and taking care of us. And thank you for all of you that watch our channel and follow us along in all these journeys that we're going down, and we thank you so much for that.
Okay guys, so we backfilled everything and just kind of smoothed it up. Now the good thing about this one is that this is a new construction. So, and as you can see, the houses are not here yet. So I don't have to be as particular about getting everything just 100% perfect, because they're gonna be coming in here destroying everything to build these houses. And then they'll have a landscaping company that comes in and actually puts the topsoil and everything in. So I hope that was educational. At least it shows you what it is that we're doing. Still loving the machine. I've got 170 hours on it now, and I really like it. So if you have any questions about what it is that we're doing, or anything that we done, I'll be happy to do my best to answer them. I'm no expert by no means, but this is what we are trying to do and the business that we have started. So in case you didn't see that video before, this is a 4-stroke. The name brand on it was Extreme Power. It's it does take mixed gas, and this is the model number here. It's 37.7 cc's. I don't know exactly how much it weighs, but it's pretty heavy. I mean, it's all that I want to try to hold up over my head. And as you saw, the post, or in this situation the grounding rod, goes up inside of this cylinder. It feels like there's a spring-loaded hammer inside there, and you have to be pressing down on that hammer for it to work. So if you saw in the video how I was having to pick up on it and readjust it, that was just me trying to get that spring compressed so that it would actually drive it. So, and a grounding rod, about the size of your pointer finger. So, it's real wobbly when you got it 8 foot in the air. But I just got a piece of mule tape that we use to pull cable with, that I'm toting it with, because I can't drive the machine, carry this, and
I can't carry it.
It's way too heavy for Laura to be carrying.
Yep.
But she come out to help me today. She kind of learn a little bit more about what it is that we're doing, and just to be with me.
Yep.
So we appreciate you guys watching. If you've not done so before, please hit the subscribe button, and we're gonna get back home and get into maybe some gardening. Don't really know what we're doing just yet. So thank you guys for watching. Take care, and God bless.